Hi, how are you doing? This is Mentor Lourdes, and this is me after the COVID-19 impacted me. Hope everything goes well with you and safe from this very devastating, um, invisible enemy, the COVID-19. The reason why I'm making this video is I just want to share the experience I had with COVID-19 with the hope that some of the viewers will learn from the experience that I'm gonna share. As a COVID-19 survivor, I just want to share how the virus impacted us because it's not only me in the house who got infected. Well, I believe I started a virus in the house and later on my husband because we live in the same room. And since I didn't know at first that I had a virus, then unknowingly I passed it to my husband. And since it's part of my husband's daily routine to come to see his mom upstairs every time he goes home from work, without his knowledge, he passed it to mom. Then mom passed it to other members of the family. When I first got the symptoms, it was primarily an ordinary flu for me. I never had idea I had a COVID. I didn't cough that much, and then during the first day I had a fever, and then it went down after second day and it finally went away. My muscles and joints were also aching, but still I didn't know I had a virus in my body. I assumed it was an ordinary flu, but at the back of my mind, COVID it was. Then on the third day, it was Wednesday, my husband started to develop flu-like symptoms and he started getting weak too, but still we ignored it. He continued going to work and every lunchtime he kept checking on me if I was doing good or doing better. Since I was taking a flu medicine those times, I felt better sometimes, but then in the afternoon, the symptoms recurred. Then my husband started to get worried I might have the COVID. But still, it was only a suspicion. Every time he came home, he complained a lot, like, oh, I'm tired, I'm weak, and I didn't have appetite. Then he got diarrhea, same symptom I had during the first day. Our suspicions began to intensify. Yet he didn't quit working. On the fifth day of being symptomatic, I lost my smell. It was Friday. I will never forget.
Gusto ko sana mag-vlog, pero di pa kaya ng katawan ko. Ang hirap magkasakit. See you in my next videos. Pag lumakas-lakas na ako. Okay, bye for now.
So we decided to undergo a swab test. Results were positive. Suspicions came out right. Starting that day, my husband quit working and stayed home to prevent the other co-workers from getting infected. My husband's condition worsened that even sipping water was very difficult for him. Depriving his body from eating and drinking made him even weaker and weaker every day. I'm just so blessed that my symptoms were not as worse as his. Just like any other people with mild symptoms, I managed my symptoms at home. I stayed home, then recovered at home without medical care. I tend to eat and drink even if I don't feel like eating because I lost my smell and appetite. Rest and fluids are essential, but not enough for my husband to feel better. He kept getting sicker, and it helped me make decision about seeking appropriate medical attention. His lips turned pale, and he became confused. So with the help of his niece, we shepherded him into an emergency room. It was very frightening to see people who I guess were also struggling from COVID. Since I had not fully recovered yet that time, I left my husband in the hospital for medical care. I drew my strength from God, family, friends, and relatives around the globe. I begged them to help me pray for my husband's recovery. Prayer is the only shield against any types of enemies, visible and unseen. That's how I regained my strength. It's hard to understand the severity of what we're going through. For me, the experience with the virus creates long-lasting trauma. And because of that, I'm trying my best to be part of the solution. And that is the reason why I'm making this video. I don't wish it on anyone. I thought of it as much worse than the ordinary flu. I thought of all objects, all surfaces have COVID. And if I touch them, I will get COVID again. That's how I feel right now. I and other members of the family got sick with the virus. That's why I want to become an advocate for myself based on my experience. Be extra cautious because you can get sick even if you take precautions. I and my husband always follow the protocols and we always have the sanitizers with us. We still got it. The coronavirus should not be about politics. Take the pandemic seriously before it hurts you. Make an effort to remember that there's a human behind every mask. If we don't care wearing masks, it's like we've lost our ability to care for one another. It should be our goal to be the end line of this infection. If you have the symptoms, act as if you are already infected with the virus and the persons you could infect first are the persons closest to you. Do your own contact tracing if you think you are sick. My message to the entire world is not to lose our humanity. Most of all, be healthy and guard yourself with prayers. Thank you for watching this video. There's a part 2.